god.
We are so bad.
Ain't this what they've been waiting for? You ready? I used to pray for times like this, to rhyme like this, so I had to rhyme like that, to shine like this. In a matter of time I spent on some locked up shit in the back of the paddy wagon, cuffs locked on wrist. Dreams unfold,
nightmares come true. Time to marry the game, I said, yeah, I do.
If you want it, you gotta see with a clear eye view. Got shorty, she trying to bless me like I said, I chew, like a nigga sneeze. Nigga, please, for them tricks, squeeze them, get green. Never let them hoes get in between them. Little nigga, bottom line, they love me when I was stuck in my head when I go and get it. Draw like I'm an artist, probably went straight to foreigns in my community, foreign bitches menage, fucking sucking and swallowing anything for $1. They tell me get them, I did it without an album. I did shit with Mariah. Little nigga, I'm on fire. Icy as a hot Philly nigga, I'm flyer. When I bought the Rolls Royce, they thought it was lease. Then I bought that new Ferrari, hey, to rest in peace. Hey, to rest in peace to the parking lot. Phantom so big, can't even fit in the parking lot.
Y'all don't get it.
We talking about my niggas, then what you talking
What we talking about? Woman silence. I don't talk a lot.
I don't say a word. I don't say a word.
was on my ground and then
Hold on, wait a minute. What's all this?
when I go to ask the boys, I thought it was winning. Flexing on these niggas, I'm like Papa on this bitch. Double M, yeah, that's my team. I say the captain, I'm lieutenant. I'm the type cat, the main cat, then grind like I'm broke. The Lambo, my new bitch, she'll ride like my coach. I'm riding around my city with my hands strapped to my toes. These niggas want to be deep, and I gotta make it back home. My money, these niggas try to take my life, you fuck around, you fuck around. Cause these silly niggas are close for me, I'm so fine, don't joke. When they run the play, I got your niggas trolling.
We're on Instagram Live too. Huh? I said we're on Instagram Live too.
Oh, hey.
I'm hanging out that drop head, I'm riding down no collar.
Oh my god.
You know, I think we should have played First Day Out by T Grizzly too. I think that's good as well.
We got time.
And you know, we're about an hour and a half out from Wrestle Dynasty, guys.
It's always time for my music.
It is the Super Bowl. If I truly feel, I literally feel like this is the Super Bowl.
This is
We're
bigger.
so back, guys. I'm also a little sleep deprived, which is fun. Yesterday, I did the full gauntlet, so I stayed up for Wrestle Kingdom, and then streamed for Fightful after it. I went to sleep at 10 a.m.
Respectfully, for a show like that, not worth it.
I felt a bigger. Well, you know what? I think I was fully so excited, but then the last two matches were kind of but it was still great. I think like it was still a great show. By then I'm already up. I'm already pumped, man. Like
Gowns, beautiful gowns.
See, I was already hyped up on Red Bull. So it's just like the thing is,
boo! Everybody, we hate Red Bull. Boo!
What we do, because that makes my heart feel like it's about to literally beat out my chest.
I did a 12-hour energy one time, and I was up for like a week. I was like, I'm not built for these things.
I've realized too of just like, unfortunately, I am mortal. It doesn't feel fun. I don't really like it.
That doesn't feel like the truth.
But you know,
that'll be easy.
It's one of those things to where, unfortunately, I am an adult and I don't bounce back as nicely as I used to. I used to be able to just do so much caffeine. So I said we should do
Woman for Life is a great request.
It's a great request. You know what? I think we'll do that further.
We can take requests.
No,
but guys, it's been so long. Lyric and I were literally just saying, like, since the Dynamite book got hit by the same car that Darby Allin drove into Jon Moxley, Lyric and I haven't even spoken. So, what's tea? Well, we seen what's been tea with you, girl.
That's not true.
Girl.
Okay, I would like to say we do speak.
Can we do a shot?
Yes. You just don't text back.
Huh?
You just don't text back.
in that case. Guys, actually my first shot is light liquor. I know but
it's still Hennessy.
Okay, yeah. Let's make a toast.
I need to open this bottle.
Okay, so I'll do my toast as you talk.
Yes.
Hi guys, thanks for joining. Today is more important than the baptism of your first child. It is more important than Easter. Everybody gets up.
I mean, yeah, you got points. Points were made. You spit.
This one, if you guys can't tell, I've had a few, but
we can't.
Tonight we celebrate the return of the greatest of all time. Talk to your mom about it, pussy ass niggas. Fucking Omega is back, and look, Lyric and I have been so loyal, literally every week for the whole year that he was gone. It didn't matter. We said, you know what? Let's take a moment to acknowledge who's here in the room with us, although the energy is present and the physical being is not. Kenny Omega. It all comes back to you, baby.
Absolutely. I would like to say that Kenneth Jerome Omega, we are here for you. And I've realized that maybe current wrestling isn't that bad. I think a lot of times we just punish wrestlers for not being Kenny Omega. And that's very understandable.
Fair to you.
It's not even fair because literally we're putting them in a position to always never be good enough and always
just never
and it's not fair. And
that doesn't mean that you're bad. It's just
you're just not him.
Kenny Omega.
And that's okay. Being second to Kenny Omega is like being first just about anywhere else. You know, like it's so okay. I would also like to say that before we take this shot, I forgot. I accidentally I used the rest of my plastic shot glasses over a year ago. So we're going to use my very classy, very demure wrestling wine down wine glass for this. Yeah, you know, very classy, very demure, real wrestling fan shit. So we're gonna do that here.
I'm real good.
Also, I don't think I've taken a shot of Hennessy in a very long time. This used to be my drink of choice.
This one is we have to.
For Kenny, it's
Kenny, baby.
You know? New Japan, y'all bring the Kenny and we bring the Henny. It's kind of how this
what we promised.
Ordeal goes.
All right. Pa arriba, pa abajo, pa centro, y pa dentro. No chaser is crazy.
You know, I was about to.
Okay.
I still
gotta lock you up.
But
shit. Oh my god, guys. I just what a day. And you know what I will say?
How much do you think I can finish tonight?
Can you finish versus should you finish?
I mean, it's just a pint. I mean, no. I'm talking crazy. I don't
think so. I don't think you're talking crazy. I think that you literally only live once. This is our first and last time living. You should do some memory-worthy things in the middle.
Points a minute.
I was gonna say that hi everybody, welcome back. I was gonna say the Dynamite book. This is not the Dynamite book, but it might as well be. Whatever.
Yeah. Trap like Jordan.
But I was gonna say I'm tipsy already. My when Kenny came back at World's End, I had a date that night.
Kenny! Oh my God! What is about to come out your mouth? What are you about to say, man?
Well, now I feel like this isn't a safe space.
Girl, tell me.
Well, okay.
Tell us.
So we went out at about 7 because I was trying to time what I thought was gonna be, because I knew that if it came to it for the C2, I was like, the only way that we get Kenny is if it's an Ospreay Okada final, and that will probably be the semi-main. And I was right. So I was like, look, you're trying to balance I need to live life offline with, oh my God, Kenny Omega could be here.
You know, sometimes it's hard.
It was going well. It was going well. And then I checked the clock and I said, I gotta go home. And he said, what happened? And I swear to God, Lyric, I said, family emergency. So I got home in time. He drove me home and he was like, I hope everything's okay. And then obviously I went and I had my time with my real man, with Kenny. And then he texted me in the morning. He was like, hope everything's okay. And I was like, what is he talking about? He said, I hope everything's all right with your family. It is. My family's complete now. So he still don't know about my pro wrestling. I tried to make it casual. I was like, oh, you know, like I have like this is like the third day. I was like, oh, like I have like a, you know, pro wrestling like little blog or whatever. Didn't tell him the name. Don't look it up. But yeah, that's what I'm sharing with my family here. But I think it was justified.
I have a question for you. So I saw a tweet the other day.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if you saw that tweet about that girl who said she told a guy that she was into wrestling, and he said he was into wrestling too, and it turned into him just crashing out and saying that how much he hates Kenny Omega at the table. So how do you approach that? I don't think I've ever been in that situation before, but like, you know, telling somebody you're a wrestling fan. How do you approach that? I've never been in that situation before.
I usually try to soft launch it. Like I'll be like, oh yeah. And like I like to write is what I start with. I'll be like, I like to write. Well, what do you write about? I was like, oh, I actually have like a pro wrestling blog. And people are like, oh, really? That's fun. When I talk to guys, I either tell them off rip, I'm like, look, my digital footprint cannot, if this is going to be a problem, you need to see it already. Or I like, if I really like them, I'll wait. I've never been in a situation where I've had to like wait too long and then they see something, but I feel like it's only a matter of time. I will say it is 100% like, I don't care if we're like engaged. If I find out somehow that you like vehemently hate Kenny Omega, I can't be happy with someone like that. Like, I'm not even kidding.
It's over. It's like, it's nothing. I'm gonna be honest. When you need that much work, there's nothing that I can do for you personally.
You're clearly not the best version of yourself.
And clearly you're not well. And that's okay. You know, you don't have to.
It's not okay.
We're not all built equal, clearly. But I truly do believe that hating Kenny Omega, it's a personal problem, and it might be a mental illness. I mean,
it truly is. Not only is it a mental illness, I think it's just a general sign of
ignorance, incompetence, and
incompetence, lack of fucking whimsy. Where's your goddamn whimsy?
And just no taste.
Like fun. You don't like fun. You don't like greatness. Then you're not gonna like me.
No taste. You know.
Oh my God.
I think that. No, never mind. Let me not say that.
Say it. This is the show for it. This is what I
was gonna say is that what I'm really excited about is that I think that over the last year, we've been dealing with a lot in wrestling. I think because there's I feel like the older generation, they're starting to age out with injuries and all sorts of different life changes. And I think that a lot of people have been emerging, a lot of people calling themselves stars. And I'm excited for it to fucking stop. Tonight, you see what a real star is. And in fact, you meet the guy who invented the solar system.
Soft launching the sun. That's what we're
just like. You're not him. You can never be him. I literally think about
it's Beyonce.
Yes, the type of work of. You ever heard like an amazing opera singer sing, and like a tear comes from your eyes? Like I call Kenny Omega the Andrea Bocelli of professional wrestling,
the Lewis Hamilton of wrestling.
The type of stuff that genuinely
wrestling.
This is, and he has done every style. He went to Mexico, ate that. Went to Japan, ate that. He went to the US, ate that. He's from Canada. What did I say? Broke people should never laugh.
Now hold on.
Now hold on.
Oh my God.
Black people should never laugh.
Look, there is absolutely no, like, you know what? That's a great point. Aura, you know, to your point, Lyric, we're hearing a lot of shit talking from a lot of people who just happen to be around. All right. You're just around. That doesn't make you a star. That doesn't make you a superstar. You're just here. All right. And if I had another shot in me, I would start naming names, bitch ass niggas. But my point being, y'all haven't had to deal with the comparisons. We haven't been able to measure you properly against. He is the measuring stick. He's everybody that comes to AEW. They say, "Oh, I wanted to have great matches." You know what that's code for? I wanted to wrestle Kenny Omega.
Talk!
From the fucking jump.
I got a problem with AEW too. I think we need to be honest about it. Somewhere, I want to preface this by saying, I love Bryan Danielson. I think Bryan Danielson is the second greatest wrestler of all time. However, y'all really in your Danielson lust really act like the GOAT wasn't already here. Already here.
We're gonna have to say something. Because look, this is in no capacity Bryan Danielson slander. Miss me with that shit. It's not that. Exactly. Why do you think Bryan Danielson came here?
To wrestle Kenny Omega. What was the first
Kenny fucking Omega?
His first act in that godforsaken company was what? I want to go toe-to-toe with the king. We done with the Pee-wees.
And you know what else?
We done with the Pipsqueaks. This ain't Little League no more.
You know what else, Lyric? Who else? Who made their return after Kenny at World's End? Pulled up and came face-to-face with who? The GOAT. Adam Copeland. I'm not calling you Cope, you grown-ass man. Adam Copeland made his return to World's End, and I'm glad to see you back. I love Adam Copeland. Love that guy. When Adam Copeland first came here, he came face-to-face with who? Tease the match
Omega.
With who? Quickly.
We done, and also too.
Go ahead.
How do I say this?
Oh.
Adam Copeland is my childhood favorite wrestler.
Yes.
Like he was my favorite. I'm looking at a pop vinyl of him like right now across.
Edge and Christian were my.
That's my favorite childhood wrestler. However, let's never try to put an Adam Copeland return on the same level.
You are not Kenny Omega.
It's not the same. But you want to know what? I would like to say this about AEW. You can do whatever you want in that marketing department. Whatever y'all want to. At this point, I don't care how anything is advertised, how anything is marketed. Y'all heard the people. Y'all heard what happened when the demon touchdown. Y'all heard what happened when they heard the demon coming home. Y'all saw it. Y'all see the comments. Y'all heard it. You're not going to ruin the tour. When it comes to the elite this year, when it comes to the elite this year, y'all can take all that funky booking and shove it up your ass. We're coming for everything. Big Kitty, Big Bucks, Big Hangman Page.
Cash Money Kazu.
We done.
We not gonna, you know what?
Oh yeah, Cash Money Kazu as well. We done laying down, and also to Takeshita too. We done laying down for these chosen boys. And that enough. Put it on the floor.
Put it on the fucking floor. Every single one of y'all niggas. I'm trying to see belt collectors up the goddamn wazoo. I'm talking Bucks. Go take every belt. Kenny Omega, you not laying that shoulder down for nobody for the next 2.5 fucking years. You're the new Roman with good matches. That's what you are.
You are actually, I'm gonna be honest, AEW technically has 2 Romans because honestly, Swerve is Roman as well. Y'all got 2 Romans, Swerve and Kenny Omega.
It's different though, because
it's a different type of Roman, correct?
Because to me, Kenny, like I said, I feel like, let's get controversial. I feel like a lot of what we say about Moxley is only possible because of Kenny Omega.
Hey!
Now, I understand where everybody's coming from. Mox is the ace. Mox is this. He's that. He's the third. He is. Why do you think Jon Moxley came to AEW?
Cook.
Because it wasn't to fight Cody Rhodes.
Because
it wasn't to fight Cody Rhodes.
He came to fight the GOAT.
The GOAT.
The God of professional wrestling. Mox is the ace. I mean, I feel like, honestly, he is the ace. I think it's just the fact that unfortunately, Kenny had too much time away from injury to like really be considered the ace. But Kenny Omega is the anchor being of All Elite Wrestling.
See, okay, that's what I say. I think when we talk about, because people always say like, oh, Hangman's the protagonist, this, that, whatever. I agree with that. But again, the shit with Hangman only makes sense if who is there.
Kenny, that's what I said. I think anchor being is much better.
I think I've always considered Hangman to be the protagonist of AEW and Kenny Omega to be the main character, because none of the stories flow or make sense without Kenny Omega.
Absolutely.
They don't. Not the first 3 years of the company and half the shit now without Kenny Omega. And everybody's reasoning for this, that, and the third, this is why I'm doing this, this is why I'm not doing this, is because of Kenny Omega. And I understand and I applaud Moxley for putting the company on his back multiple times. Because like you said, because Kenny spent a lot of time away from injury. I think, though, not necessarily even the term ace, but I think a lot of times when we act like, oh, Mox saved this, Mox did this, that, and the third. He did, but there would not have been shit to save without Kenny Omega.
Hey, come on. Even I will say this too. I think the Forbidden Door concept, if we get into
that's not happening without
the Forbidden Door concept. Mox was the catalyst for the initial Forbidden Door, I would say, in 2019 when he was under dual contracts to both New Japan and AEW. But the reason why you want to go over there and do a G1 is because you saw Omega and Okada like everybody else. And that's it. Of like, Kenny really opened up the doors for people to understand that there's more to wrestling than what we were getting. And speaking of people like that, I want to shift gears momentarily.
Wait, can I pause real quick before you shift gears? I was going to say, to that point, I think that as a result of Kenny's physical ailments, Jon Moxley has been overexposed and Kenny Omega doesn't get the credit that he should get.
Correct. That is 100% correct. And I think that, unfortunately, in the words of, well, not unfortunately, I mean, it's unfortunately for them, help to bear. What we're going to learn in the words of the great prophet Kendrick Lamar, sometimes you just got to pop out and show niggas.
Show niggas.
And so, unfortunately, y'all don't want to give my GOAT what he's owed, what he's due. He's just going to take it.
And you know what? We're so done with humility. We're done with humility.
We're done with humility. We love humility. We love being humble in 2024.
You know
we
what's
don't
in?
Do that anymore.
You know what's in for 2025? Talking your shit. Being
exactly. Standing on big business.
Standing on all the goddamn business. Nobody can touch you. Nobody can lace your goddamn boots. We're going to start talking like it.
Correct. And I think this is why I want to shift gears, because we're going to come back and glaze Kenny Omega some more, of course. But I want to talk about somebody else. Another belt collector who's standing on big business. My glorious CEO is making her Tokyo Dome debut tonight. We're about to see Mercedes 4 belts.
And you know what? A lot of this. There's a lot of this.
There's a lot of this.
2024. I was hearing lots of back talk from niggas who wasn't posting up. A whole lot of chatter, and all of a sudden it's quiet. Ain't no fucking back talk, because when she has the opponents that can fucking go.
And they said, how do I donate money to the Hennessy's fund? Oh my God, yes. Oh, never mind. Our cash ups are down there. I forgot. I already have that there.
I was like,
yes.
Yeah, that's a good question. Thanks for
asking. Cash up right there. Appreciate y'all. But yes,
my cash up? Sorry,
I want to say, is that?
I'm like, how you got that?
Well, we've done. This is from.
Okay,
it's still in there from the Big Business pre-show.
Oh my God. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, it's still in there from the Big Business pre-show. But yes, I want to say this, because we haven't gotten to talk about Mercedes' most recent run, because we finished up. So like from Full Gear on to now, I want y'all to know that
take these strokes.
Don't run from it. Don't run from it. Don't run from it. Don't run from it. They talking about something because I remember. Hey, and I'm gonna be honest. I haven't been on Twitter for a while.
I got screenshots,
and so I got a few things that I would like to say. There was a couple of y'all talking real nasty, crusty, dusty, talking about my glorious CEO. Said just because she's rich, said she's a flop, she's this, that, and the third. She's nobody because she's not a part of the machine. Let me tell you something. I want to say this right now today. If all that Mercedes Bernardo ever did was simply get out of where she was and stop carrying glorified models to 3.75 matches, that's more than enough.
Which I'm gonna get into.
She had already cleared the threshold for what greatness in North American women's wrestling was ever meant to be by the time she was 23 years old. She is 32. She had nothing left to prove. She wrestled, because here's the thing, this is what a lot of y'all do. What a lot of y'all do is you sit here and think just because somebody wrestled everybody in WWE, that means you're the greatest of all time. No! You might be the greatest superstar of all time. You might be the greatest WWE wrestler of all time, but that does not make you the greatest. Making you the greatest means that you have to go everywhere and beat the best. Mercedes, the real one of the last of the world beaters, said, I cannot definitively call myself the GOAT until I go over there and I wrestle the GOATs everywhere. She went to Japan. She debuted at Wrestle Kingdom. She wrestled Azumi in the same match at Sakura Genesis. She wrestled Mayu Iwatani. She did so crazy. She was acting so crazy. She produced so many results. They created another belt. A new belt.
You know how much
They did a tournament in May of 2023 at Resurgence. And to this day, you can look at that day as the turning point and the catalyst for this generation of women's wrestling. When you look at that tournament, it has single-handedly spun off into some of the greatest set of events that have affected women's divisions for multiple promotions for the rest of this decade.
And you know
what?
She
didn't even win!
And she didn't even fucking win. You know
came
what?
Back!
And you know
I'm sorry, I just have to finish mine.
No, go ahead.
She came back to All Elite Wrestling. She said, we done with that women evolution shit. We want to do a global revolution. Let me tell you something. Even if Mercedes didn't even get any good matches for herself done this year, she still accomplished so much for the rest of the women's division. And the rest of women's wrestling, period. Girls got signed on contracts because they wrestled the GOAT. And people got signed in other places because they
were Stephanie.
Hello, wake it up.
But
go ahead.
What I want to say is, man, fuck them other niggas. This is about you, girl.
Period.
She is, when you are next level excellent, you have a higher set of standards that not only you have for yourself, but that other people put on you. And when you're Black and when you're a woman, those are crazy above what the bar that other people have to meet. Y'all was talking real crazy, real reckless about Mercedes, and I have the screenshots. I can drop the ads too. One thing about me, I don't give half a fuck, nigga. Half a fuck. Mm-hmm. My point being, Mercedes showed you who the fuck she is when the bell fucking rings. Mm-hmm. I don't want to hear about, this, that, a third on the mic. I don't give a fuck. I don't want to hear about the shit that happened with the dentist. Because what do we know? What is the common denominator in fantastic matches? Mercedes Mone. What is the common denominator in matches that are not very fucking good? That dentist.
Cook.
So I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. And y'all sit up here talking about, oh, it wasn't worth the money. Is it your pockets? You dumb fuck.
I would also like to say too, of just Mercedes's 24 was a lot like Kenny's 2023 in the sense like it was definitely like a slow year, I would say, from having like a continuous story type, and like that type standpoint. And still on a slow year, they still both managed to pull off legitimate all-timers, legitimate all-time matches that we are going to continue to talk about and study for the rest of our days. I want y'all to really understand, and like if what's not clicking, Mercedes Moné had several, not just one, but several of not just the best matches of the year, several of the best matches, women's matches wrestled on North American soil of all time.
And
this year.
Speaking of, I hate to say it. I don't know that man. Look, just because one guy can't count to 5 or chooses not to when women are involved does not mean it wasn't a 5-star.
Are we talking about Dave?
Yes, we are.
I've been waiting to talk about this for a while. Thank you.
Why the fuck not?
Let's take a shot first. Let's take a shot before.
Okay. My point being,
Side note: are you watching the pre-show women's 4-way? Of course, yes. So, like, I have the TV right behind my screen.
I was about to do it without you. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I was reading. Yeah, like I have the TV. I'm pulling it up on my screen, like right behind my computer screen right now. So, yes.
My point being, in summary, without getting too disrespectful, because I don't know this man.
Oh my God! Athena just walked in the dome.
Look, we are Black women's #1 stands, and that is a large reason why I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. Being able to call something the best women's match on North American soil and not give it a full perfect 5-star rating, it don't sit right with me when Ospreay walks out and gets 5 stars.
Correct.
Now, y'all know me, I love Will Ospreay. And nobody in the world, I bet nobody in the world at this point has seen more Will Ospreay matches than me in my research. That shit's ridiculous. So 2025, that's out. Giving a fuck what one guy thinks instead of what's actually true is out. He's a man. He's just a guy. He's just a guy with an opinion. We're all entitled to him, and mine is that he's fucking wrong.
I also think too, I'm gonna be honest, I don't even like to say that. I think that absolves him of too much responsibility, because unfortunately, the only reputable source that we really have that's globally acknowledged for professional wrestling right now is the Wrestling Observer newsletter. That's why they have a Hall of Fame. It means so much, to some people. And it's like the thing of like when people get snubbed for the Grammys, of course, like, we know that there's biases in the committee, but we can't lie and act like that doesn't truly legitimize your career.
You all want a Grammy.
Exactly. So
you still want a Grammy if you're an artist.
So until something feasibly replaces that, yeah, it is a problem. And I think as women's wrestling continues to get more opportunities in both, America and Japan, it is absolutely distasteful and disgraceful that we continue to hold up standards from the 1990s when several of these matches are better than some of those matches. And let's just be honest about it. And I think like that's just completely irresponsible. Oh my God, Persephone. This is amazing.
Too much mental illness in this.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Willow Nightingale in the Tokyo Dome. I got tears in my eyes. This is crazy.
What a
night. God, are you turning it on? Do you have it on?
I don't have it on yet because I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't have the setup for that. You see the lines coming across my screen. I look like you think I got more than one option right now. Look at the amount of Hennessy left. These are the trenches. Everyone.
Oh, we never took the shot. Oh my gosh.
Welcome to. Oh, I did. Oh, I can do another one.
You don't have
to. No, it's okay. I want to. But guys, also here's the thing. Huh?
Athena was born for this, bro.
No, 100%.
Like, did you see her stardom match?
Yeah, I did. What?
She looked amazing.
What a lady. But I was gonna say, after Wrestle Kingdom, we deserve this.
Yes. Let's talk about that. I would like to say that I liked most of the show, but I do think that
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
The main event put a bad taste in everybody's mouth.
It's hard not to. It was so long.
It had no business being that long. If that match was 25 minutes, I think that this would be like just so much more, like it would have gone over so much better.
But you know,
unfortunately,
43-44 is fucking crazy. Sorry. For what it was, I didn't realize. Look, here's what I will say, right? British people and I, for some reason, seem to not get along. Me and the British and bald people, but that's my own doing. That's a choice I make. Zack Sabre Jr. is the only British person to ever exist.
What happened to Ospreay?
Oh, Ospreay. But he's like a secret third thing to me. I don't know. I gotta figure out something.
Yeah, he kind of like exists outside of space and time. He's just,
he's just an entity to me. It's just really interesting. I saw that picture of him bleeding earlier, and I don't know what it was. I was like, yeah, bleed. Bloodlust was crazy. Anyway, Zack Sabre Jr. And also everybody go check out Lyric's interview with him, because how cool.
Wrestling Illustrated.
I love ZSJ. I do. His best is he's at his best when he's pushed.
Yes.
This was not that. It was never really going to be. I don't really see in my head how this. Oh, I had another thought, but I'll bring it up later. I don't necessarily think that this match was set up for success from the jump, because the conversation around Shooter has been a whole thing from the jump, and then knowing ZSJ's style, which the question always comes, oh, can that be a main event style? Can that be this, that, and a third? It wasn't going to be that night. It wasn't going to be.
Not versus Shota.
Not versus Shota.
And I will say, I think
y'all needed a good show.
Zach needed to wrestle his style, and I think like not being able to do that. I think the best part of the match, honestly, was when like he had him in.
It was over. Sorry.
Well, I think I think that they did a lot of cool stuff. Like I think even at the beginning, Zach was selling his ass off, like like selling on the outside and just. But the thing is, bro, Shota Umino is a terrible striker. I've never seen weaker forearms than I've ever seen. I never wanted to see him like hit anybody again. Oh my God, Persephone! She almost killed him. Anyway, but I never want to see him strike anymore.
Eddie said, "What about Gabe Kid?" I'm gonna get to him.
We gonna talk about him. Literally, once this International Women's Cup 4-way is over, I'm gonna really start giving some really deep thoughts. Because
I'm having another shot. I'm not giving no deep thoughts tonight.
I don't really care about. I was about to say,
loving other girls. That's it.
I don't care as much about that tag match. What is it? Dustin and Sammy versus
Sammy Guevara
versus House of Torture.
Sammy Guevara. One day you gonna see me.
I will say also too. I want to talk about Ty for a bit. In that starter match.
Wait. You had a thought about Zack Sabre Jr. first.
I did have sorry.
You weren't done with that.
Yeah, so Zach, I think that Shota, the fact that he really couldn't strike and the fact that y'all are doing 10-minute strike exchanges is awful. And
that's not a strength of yours.
Y'all it doesn't need to be so long for that. Y'all should be flogged. Zach, you should be flogged for entertaining it. It's Shota. It's crazy that your forearms still look like this. It looked like it in the Mox match at Resurgence, and I thought that was the weakest point in the match. I think everything else was good, but I felt like that was where because Mox always tries to do like the BCC style hammer elbows, and so like Shota's trying to do those back, and it looks like he's just.
They don't look good, brother.
No,
they don't look good
at all. But what I was saying about Ty is, I think she had some great spots in that match. And I think, I would have liked to see her get a few tune-ups before she came out there. Because I think that Japan, specifically Stardom, in that match compared to the other talent, she felt a bit outclassed. And I think it was great to see her. I'm really excited. I honestly think the women's tag belts are coming. And so I think that that's probably going to be her and Anna's redemption story, which I'm okay with. Like putting them in the tag team, cool. I'm fine with that. Hey, listen, I think we've ran the gauntlet with Anna as a singles, top star right now.
Yeah.
So tag stuff, I'm totally fine with. I just think that, I'm not sure if I would have put Ty in that spot. I think especially when the other talent you're sending is Athena, and they're not comparable.
Best in the world. Yeah.
They're not comparable. Like that's like saying I'm not going to disrespect her.
Say it.
It's like saying Kenny Omega and Sir Pensacola. But I don't think like Ty's like Sir Pensacola. What's a good one? Like Nick Wayne, like tons of potential.
I don't think that's fair. Nick Wayne is a child, or just barely under a child. So that's not even fair. Because who else? Now this just feels like a shady question. Kip Sabian. Okay. Yeah.
I can live with that.
You know what I want to say, though? I just want to say quickly. It may not look like it. I have a fantastic memory. Lyric Swinton. Do you remember? About this time a year ago, I was on an episode of Maps and Grabs. And Eddie Kingston was about to fight who?
Was that not Brian? Was it Gabe?
It was Gabe Kid.
Okay.
And you asked me, are you not excited to see the match between Eddie Kingston and Gabe Kid? And I said, I just have a bad feeling about it. I do. And you said, really? Really? Everybody's really excited for this match. And I said, I don't know. Gabe Kid stressed me out bad. He do. Gabe Kid, I'm telling you right the fuck now. Relax.
Listen. Oh my God, I think I almost killed that lady.
Good.
This is like, yeah,
that's how I like it.
I think that it's one of those things with Gabe is that I was really impressed with him, I would say, in those first couple months of 2024, because it felt like he was doing some real character development in the sense of I noticed things of like, even with his entrance, he even like he stopped wearing like the War Dogs merch, and he started doing the oh my God, Willow almost killed her. I love women. But I loved the fact that like he had switched over to the Dr. Death Steve Williams inspired gear. So it felt like he was just doing a lot of like individual stuff. But then he just kept doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. Oh my God, Thekla just interfered and broke the pin for Athena. Oh my God, this is juicy.
I can't wait to watch this later.
But I was saying, that he's just been stagnant. And somebody else said this on Twitter, and I agree. Being able to do Kenny's like return, this is like the greatest gift like ever.
That's why I'm nervous. Not because I think that Gabe Kid is an unsafe worker. What?
Athena got pinned by Momo Watanabe after the Thekla interference. Holy shit, that was great.
Wow.
Oh,
I can't wait. I cannot wait. Okay, wait.
Yes. Okay, sorry. Okay, now
no, it's okay. I was saying, that is the one thing that makes me nervous about Kenny Omega and Gabe Kid as the return choice, but kind of in general now, because since you are the best to ever do it, and I felt the same way with Danielson, you're gonna get everybody's best all of the time. That's just what comes with being the best. But you're gonna get 100% effort out of everybody. But the younger talent a lot of times are very excited to prove themselves, are very excited to stand toe-to-toe with the greats, and can sometimes get a little overambitious. So Gabe Kid, wannabe Conor McGregor, only speaks in all caps. I don't dislike you. But we gonna have a real fucking problem if something happens with my goat. But I have all the faith in the world that if anybody can do amazing things, it's my goat, my greatest of all time.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be honest. I was disappointed as hell by that press conference. I was very disappointed. I think, especially if you like are a fan of Kenny Omega, you know,
I am.
Kenny Omega style of like how he likes to tell stories, and those Japanese press conferences, I feel like it's such a big part of it. And I feel like, you know, like I hate to compare, but 2 years ago, I think when Will Ospreay,
oh yeah, I was gonna go right there too.
Yes, even though like Ospreay was unhinged and he was angry, he was very much so like getting some real story beats over, and it was real palpable emotion. And I think the storytelling, it really made sense when he was really being vulnerable about, like, you know, being locked up, you know, by like during COVID, and
when he went to jail,
he really, I think, really got that emotion over. And that's why like the match ended up being so good. I think Kenny did his thing, like, you know, of how he does of just, that's his corporate era. He's like, I'm the adult in the room. He gets really sassy. It's just like,
I want that all the time.
And we start calling niggas broke. Oh my God.
I'll talk about that in a second. I'm talking about Kenny not main eventing. But
he said y'all never drew a dime.
Never drew a dime.
He
said nobody came to see you.
He said, never, let alone you're not me. You're not Jay White. You're not Will Ospreay. You're not nobody.
And you know what? Look, my thing with Gabe Kid also is like, this is, respectfully, the biggest opportunity of your career. Anybody's, at this stage, the opportunity to wrestle Kenny Omega is anybody's biggest match of their career. Like, even fucking Okada, you know? Like, and you're not Kazuchika Okada. But if there was ever a moment to make yourself a star, it is in having Kenny Omega's return match. It is in the press conferences leading up to this shit. It is in the match itself tonight, yes. But like, if there was ever a moment to full on make your name a worldwide, you know, like name, like it would be now. And Gabe Kid, I'm not moved by you. I'm not. He said he don't want to wrestle Kenny, he want to fight, but like, why should we care? That's my thing. And what Lyric was saying, like, Kenny Omega, we know what part he's gonna play. He's been doing it, you know, for years and years, and he's amazing at it. You need to make us care.
I think also too of just what I like about like when Kenny goes back to Japan and be talking to these boys, like, he's definitely gonna be the villain. You think you bad? You think you seen the boogeyman? He had Will Ospreay, who people call the greatest wrestler in the world, on his knees, begging, bleeding, crawling, a 70-30 match. That was a 70-30 match in the Tokyo Dome.
Put his head through that table.
Slaughter. And he did it again and again and again.
I said, whoop that hoe, Kitty. Whoop him. And you're not Ospreay.
I wish I could watch that match again for the first time. I remember being in literal horror of like, oh my God, he's got to die. So the Gabe Kid, you think you about to be my dog, big the real big dog.
You need to bring a hammer.
Exactly. Yeah.
My point. Yes, you got stay ready. You ain't gotta get ready, Gabe Kid. You know what I mean? And this real American style, you know. But yeah, I'm a little bit underwhelmed because I feel like Gabe Kid in his build, his part of the build for this, like his presentation at least, he doesn't care. Like that's his whole thing. He's like, I don't care who you are. You need to care. You need to care. That's what's selling this. It's not you, respectfully. That's what's selling this.
Bro, I think also too of Yeah, I'm just disappointed. I don't know if just like I kind of feel. Imagine if Swerve for the Danielson match didn't give 100%. That's how I feel about this. Of just like Swerve ended up carrying that whole build to that match, of just like imagine like that you're up against like a GOAT at a stadium show.
Exactly.
It's such a big match.
That is a great yes.
Essentially like when they career on the line, like how do you not give it all you got? And I know like he feels like he is, but it's just like the act is stale. Give us something other than I'll kill you right now, bro. I'll beat you up, everybody. I'm a real dog. I'm a real dog.
You think you're bad?
Fuck AEW, fuck Tony Khan, You
lot think that you
can
control all of that.
There was also a time too when Gabe Kid, I felt like was really progressing to the point to where it felt like, oh my gosh, he should be the Bullet Club leader. He's better than everybody else in that group. I don't think that's the case anymore. Big David Finlay, y'all. David Finlay.
I don't like David Finlay.
I think I love him. I don't know, yo, bro. David Finlay. I've already been coming around to him. Last year I think he had a really great G1 run, and I think that he's had some great title defenses, but y'all, he might have had the best single performance, like one single wrestler performance from last night. David Finlay went crazy from the entrance to everything. He's really found himself. That man did 3 dominators back to back. I'm talking about splat, splat, splat. I said, oh my God, this is wrestling!
Look, hate is just in my nature. I don't know what it is. I appreciate the talent. This is the same shit I said about Gabe Kid before he went and injured Eddie Kingston. It happened, whatever. But some people just don't like. He just has never resonated with me overall, and I hope that it will change, because honestly, I want to be able to enjoy more New Japan than I currently am. So I hope that maybe this will do it for me. But I'm just a hater. I'm sorry. I don't know.
Yeah.
I want to sit here and lie, y'all.
I will say, man, be on your P's and Q's tonight, because we will hog tie you.
You think I know how to hog tie people?
I know how to hog tie people, girl. I know how to hog tie people.
We need to take another shot.
Really? Ooh.
Yes.
But
I was gonna say about.
We should do a full card rundown, honestly.
Oh, okay.
All right. I think that'll be easier. To somebody, bro, Fightful said Mayu Watanabe. Oh God, Lord, this Momo Watanabe. Jesus Christ. Merciful Father on the throne. Oh, one day we gonna get American.
Apple and all is crazy.
One day we gonna get murder. One day, y'all, we gonna get American media on they grind, man. All right, so this is the card. We'll start. Obviously, we had the women's.
I'll tell you whether or not I care about each match.
The women's cup final just happened.
Of course.
Cared a lot about that. It was a really good match too. I'm gonna actually rewatch it, like with sound and everything. But
me too.
For everything that I watched was really good. They all worked really hard.
I don't know how to people.
The Ring of Honor Tag Team Championship match is happening right now. I can't care about that. Yeah. We have a match that was recently updated. The IWGP Tag Team Championships will be decided tonight. Great Time, and his partner has now been confirmed to be Jeff Cobb. So that's United Empire versus Young Bucks, and Naito and Hiromu have been added to that match, as the World Tag League winner. So there's that. Oh my gosh, 2 people have already sent cash at me. Thanks, guys.
That's literally so nice. You know what? My 2025 New Year's resolution is to stop offering people my kidney.
Oh, what are you gonna offer next? The lobe of your liver?
Sure.
Yeah. We're gonna get a Lucha Gauntlet match. I think this is gonna be really fun. I hope we get some surprises. It's gonna be 4 New Japan stars and 4 CMLL guys. And we so I think this is going to be really fun. I love some good flippy shit. I really wish we could have had Big Commander come, but we'll work on it. We have what else? I'm trying to figure out. We have David Finlay versus Brody King. Hey, listen, after last night, I was like, I thought this match was going to be good, but my excitement levels for this match has skyrocketed. David Finlay versus Brody King. I don't think I realized David Finlay was that strong. So him going meet for meet with Brody King, it moves me.
Can I say something though?
Okay.
In the spirit of killing the vibes, this is just briefly in the C2. I hadn't seen it. I didn't watch it live. Brody King versus Ospreay.
I was in the building for that match.
You know what? Huh? You were? Everybody kept saying, "Oh my God, Danielle, this fucking match went crazy. This match was amazing."
No, I'm gonna be honest. I agree.
No, it wasn't.
I really agree with you. I think that it was one of Ospreay's weaker matches in the C2, but I also think that it's one of Brody King's matches, some weaker matches in the C2. His match with Ricochet was so much better.
Ricochet
the Ricochet match.
Say it again.
Ricochet, bro, I'm Southern. Please stop. Are you laughing at me, please?
I sure am. Say it real slow.
Ricochet.
Yeah. I don't want you to change it.
Have you ever seen that? You know what I mean?
Ricochet is true to you, then you live that.
You know what it reminds me of? Have you ever seen that T.S. Madison video of her being like, bitty bitty bum bum? And then she like, what? Tamika, Selena wasn't Puerto Rican. What? Puerto Rican. That's what I think. So I was like, is this supposed to be Ricochet? I said
Ricochet. Yeah. I said, okay, girl.
But yeah, I think the Brody King match versus Ricochet was so much better.
No. Don't let us cyberbully.
Oh well, Ricochet, yeah, you know. Ricochet, y'all. I'm from.
You be from the South, girl.
I am from South Carolina. Okay, I be trying really hard to like get my diction.
I'm from the North, baby.
And the thing is, I've gotten really great. Like I've been a public speaker, you know, but I think sometimes like when I talk to non-Southern people, they be like, huh? Why do you say it like that? So yeah,
Ricochet. Go ahead.
Trevor. You know what? Maybe I just call him Trevor. You know, fuck
you got swerved in him. Trevor.
But yeah, I think this is going to be a good match. We have Shota Umino versus Claudio Castagnoli. Y'all, ain't no telling what this match going to be like tonight. Oh God.
Like,
Jesus Christ, ain't no telling. I'm so scared. That's the thing. When I saw that match last night, I said Zach is going to redeem himself. I can feel it. Him and Ricochet, I think they're going to have a really
Shooter, you on thin ice.
Yeah.
And especially with somebody else that Zach, whatever, there's a lot of discourse about his style, whatever. We know Claudio universally can ball. Like, there's no discourse about that. All eyes on you, brother. I'm rooting for you.
I think also, too, of just, in my opinion, I said this last night on the Fightful post show, I think that Shota needs to get absolutely battered by Claudio. I think, like, he needs to, like, basically kill him. I think that he should get, because I'm gonna be honest, after these 2 days, it's very clear there's a lot of work to do and that it's not really salvageable at this point. The only way to like
in its current state,
yes, like the only way to preserve him is like you need to tear him all the way down and then you need to build him back up. And I think that Claudio,
for a little bit.
Exactly, and I think that Claudio needs to. Hey, unfortunately, like even if he doesn't even on his best A game, that giant swing in the Tokyo Dome is gonna make that crowd go crazy. Like they gonna go nuts.
I would like to be swung like that one time in my life.
One good time, but please let me down on a mattress or something, like something very soft. Like
no, I want the full experience. Just one stuff. But then I get to do it to him.
How tall are you again?
I'm 5'7".
Oh, me too.
And I'm tall enough. Like I'm strong enough. I honestly feel like if it came down to it, like, and I needed to like fireman's carry Claudio Castagnoli, I could do it.
Your untempered belief in yourself is so inspiring. And no. I really be so inspired.
If I don't believe, who will?
I really be so inspired after talking to you. Like, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Why not? Yeah.
So we have Shota versus Claudio. We also have the demon, y'all. Takeshita, 2 belts. The AEW International Champion and the never open weight champion Konosuke Takeshita will be defending both of his titles against our glorious Big Tom Tomohiro Ishii. I would like to say too.
I'm so excited.
I said this last night, but I felt when Takeshita walked out last night, it felt like something shifted. I felt like we watched that.
He looked like the coolest.
He looked like but not even just the coolest, the biggest. Like he felt like, I'm gonna be real, Okada level in the dome. He felt like that, and for that to be his debut, like he just came in. He felt like the next big thing. Yeah, and I said this, but I think that second to Kenny Omega, he is now the most valuable asset of the Forbidden Door.
Agree.
He's the perfect thing for AEW, for DDT, for New Japan. He's already working a split schedule between Japan and the US. He's 29 years old. He has tremendous upside. He will be holding the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship by 2027. And I think that all
2026, I'm gonna up it.
Hey, turn it up. Oh, you know what? You're right. I forgot. Like, yeah, that's 20.
Yeah, that's next year. I ain't got shit else going on.
All the podcasters and substackers, the purists, y'all just gonna have to deal with it.
And you know what?
Just gonna have to deal with it.
Pause. I will get back to talking about his tremendous talent in half a second.
DDT makes wrestling gods. Hey, you said it, not me.
Hey, like that. But I would be remiss if I did not say that I had a physical reaction to watching Konosuke Takeshita come out last night.
Can we talk about that? Should we? Y'all, I mean,
I will.
I said save some sexy for the rest of us.
I didn't know God made that fine. I thought this gotta be a prototype or something. God damn. What the fuck?
One of one, the only one. Period. Number one, one of one, the only one. Like Beyonce.
I genuinely like talking about my
that coat.
Does anybody have a fan? Like I was like,
I'm gonna be honest. Like, and I
hit pause. I dead ass hit pause. I went outside, and y'all know I live in the north. It's cold out. It's cold as fuck. I hit pause. I went outside. I stood outside for about 5 seconds. I said, "Now let me refocus." That video of Dr. Umar, but let me refocus. Politics over Punani.
I think it's also one of those things. It just made me be so. I hate I don't hate to bring it back to him. I always love bringing it back to him, but it just made me be so grateful for Kenny Omega. Because our GOAT wants only good things for us. He looked out into the crowd. He said he wants us to have real stars for the future. He looked.
You have what it takes.
He said, Ospreay, Hangman, Takeshita, I want y'all to be the inheritors of my kingdom. And
you know who else he put the signature on?
Who?
Vikingo.
Yes, he also put it on Jay White too. But
Jay White to me, that's
also I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I hate to say this, but Vikingo might be cooked.
I hope not. But
he's been injured so many times. I mean, until he gets like probably a full knee replacement. Yeah, like he needs stem cells already.
But I would say, with the exception of Jay White. Because to me, that's just in one ear out the other. To me,
no, I'm not gonna lie. I've been persuaded.
Everybody else
to your side. I think I've been persuaded a little bit to your side now. I think especially after seeing David Finlay last night, I said,
and look at the competition. Look at the people that you're mentioning him in conversation with. We looking point blank at other people like Ospreay, Takeshita. Y'all think Jay White go right there with him?
No,
because he don't.
Not right now. Not right now. He's still pretty young.
Okay, so but he's not. Yeah, but he's not.
No, yeah.
How old is he?
He's like 30, 31. Like he has a long career ahead of him, so I don't want to say he's not him forever. But I think also too, especially right now, I think coming out of that program, that world title 4-way program, which
you're not a world champion right now.
To say like the most over of those three guys was Hangman, and the fact that
he killed people.
He didn't get the world. He still they refuse to give him a one-on-one title match, it just proves that it feels like the company knows what we want. They just don't care.
He's 32. This is your prime.
Everybody prime in their 30s, though. Stan Hansen's prime was in his 40s.
Okay. You think Jay White is Stan Hansen?
Hell no.
Exactly.
Hell no. Hell no.
Exactly.
You know, just like
so just based off general statistics. I mean, like whatever. I was gonna get back to Kenny Omega Glazing just briefly. That is part of what makes him so generational, and part of the reason that I think that he is not just the greatest of all time, but one of the most influential of all time. His foresight and his ability to see things in a bigger picture before other people do has shaped the last decade of professional wrestling, both directly and indirectly. And it's going to continue to shape the next decade of professional wrestling. Because we said it on Dynamite Book a bunch. Kenny Omega got sons. Now Kenny Omega got grandsons.
Kenny Omega's got
family
daughters
tree
too.
will never end.
Kenny Omega got daughters too. We ain't gonna talk about that right now.
That's true.
I think also too of just one day I'm gonna go and give a master's thesis about how the Golden Lovers directly influenced the Mariah, me, and Tony angle.
I would take it even further, but if I could talk about Golden Lovers, we'll be here all fucking night.
Absolutely. Anyway, back to a card rundown.
Wait,
you have what?
No, I was just gonna say really quickly. Kota Ibushi, they talk real crazy about you. They talk real reckless about you. Not me. Never me.
I will say, Kota Ibushi, I love you, and I will never.
Please believe in modern medicine.
You gotta stop.
I love you. I
love you so bad, but
that's why I want you to believe in modern medicine.
You got to stop wrestling with staph infections. That shit is crazy. That is crazy. I would also like to say, hey, shout out to Big Tom, man. Standing on business, going up to Kesha. This shit's gonna be amazing. Oh my God, this is gonna be amazing. God is so good.
I'm really excited.
I'm just, God, Jesus, I'm so happy. Anyway, also on this card, we have Big Suge, our new IWGP Global Heavyweight Champion, versus the Scapegoat Jack Perry. Now, I want to say this.
That's on here? Sorry.
Yes. Bro, the press conference was crazy because so what they did basically for the press conference was they did the Wrestle Kingdom press conference, and then like immediately after was Wrestle Dynasty press conference. So the thing is, some people have matches on both. Yota Tsuji, I would like to say, is the only person who decided to give us 2 outfits.
I appreciate 2
hairstyles.
I appreciate that.
Jack Perry walked in there like he just rolled out of bed. But I'm excited for this. I'm gonna be honest though, Jack, and I'm gonna hold your
show me something.
Hold your hand while I say this, because I really do love the Scapegoat character. We was in Chicago. We rooted for you. We all rooted for you. Them boys not playing no more. Over in AEW, especially, I think also too, when it comes to these pillars, I think everybody, except for maybe Darby, but even Darby, I think is stagnant in some ways right now. The pillars.
But Darby get it back so quick.
Exactly. Darby, he's also still the greatest TV wrestler.
We're not worried about Darby. We're not worried about him.
But like the rest of you, seriously, the pillars, y'all let so many of these other young boys come and take your spot. Kyle Fletcher, like they literally got your competition on the phone. They got your competition on the phone.
You should have been in that seat too, baby.
No, seriously. And so, Jack, I need to see something. This is a big spot, a singles match in the Tokyo Dome. And I'm gonna be honest, we shouldn't give that just to people just because they from AEW. I'm gonna be honest, when it comes to Japan, if you've ever made the trip, you'll understand it.
She's rich. She's telling us she's been to Japan.
No, I'm not rich. I'm just irresponsible.
Okay.
I just paid off that flight 2 in November.
She got so much money, y'all.
I was on a payment plan.
You're going on the Rob list.
I was on a payment plan. Anyway,
Rob list.
You're gonna be so disappointed. Rob me if you want to. You're gonna be so disappointed.
You're last in the Rob list, but you on that mug.
Well, thank you.
That's a great point. Guevara got lapped.
No, yes, he got lapped. I think also too of just the thing is, I think every other guy has at least been over at least once. Like you still wondering how to get over of just it's 6 years in, hang it up. Flat screen. You're cooked. You're dead. You're done.
And I hate you. I want to add that.
I don't even think it's much so hate for me. It's just indifferent.
I hate him.
Yeah, I'm just indifferent. Like I don't really think about seeing me. I don't even really pay attention. I don't care. I think that's
also he's not around enough for us to hate.
And I think that's also the thing too of just like for an AEW original for that many people to be indifferent about you of just it's just like it's a wrap. But what I was saying is if you've ever made that trip to Tokyo, like those to me, I think some of those buildings, I think specifically the Dome and Korakuen Hall and even the Budokan, which I still haven't gotten to, those venues are sacred. And so
you don't come to play.
Yeah, like you send your best. You send your best. Like, like you really supposed to send your best. And I don't think like that's been happening. Yay! Like, what Tony be doing?
Tonight.
What Tony Storm be doing? But yeah, I think that's the thing. Scapegoat, you got to show me something. I want to see. And honestly, I'm really sad because I think that Shota versus Jack at the Dome probably would have been a really good match. Oh my gosh, Athena! I'm gonna put this on the screen.
You know what? I really appreciate when people give us like live updates as things
I appreciate that.
I love it so much.
I would also like to say too of just not tooting my own horn or anything, toot, but this time last year I interviewed Thekla, and that was one of her first big Western interviews. I would say right before that big character change. It was the day after Donna Del Mondo broke up. And I interviewed her, and I was like the person who got to break the scoop of all the people she wanted to wrestle. And she talked about like being interested in wrestling Athena and working. She said, I feel like our vibes would really coexist and everything like that. And a year later,
this is Lyric's doing
wrestling. And so
this is a direct cause and effect. Lyric broke the story, put that out in the universe, and guess what's fucking happening now?
The catalyst of professional wrestling. Me. I'm so drunk. But next, but not certain release. Oh, what?
JP, get to flipping.
Yes, no, yeah, do a flip, do it. Yeah, I need to see.
Flip.
We got 3 more matches to run down, and then we're done.
Oh, okay. Damn, it's 45. Sorry, go ahead.
We have my glorious CEO versus Mina Shirakawa. Winner takes all. That would be the New Japan Strong Women's Championship and the Rev Pro Undisputed British Women's Championship are both up for grabs. So that means if Mercedes wins, that's 4 belts because the Rev Pro belts are 2 belts.
I'm telling y'all, Black Girl Belt Collector is coming.
I would also like to say too of just shout out to Mina Shirakawa. I am a huge Mina fan. And I think also too, what people don't understand is that, and especially if you watch the Queen of Villains series that recently came out on Netflix a few months ago, it really goes in depth of how Joshi wrestling ran for a very long time. And that meant that there was a mandatory retirement role, for the rule right around the age of 25. And you look at somebody like Mina Shirakawa, who got into wrestling pretty late in her life. And she's 37, just turned 37. And to just now get this big break. When she first got into New Japan years ago, she was a valet for Yujiro Takahashi, who's now like playing 4th string at House of Torture. She was just a valet, arm candy. And she worked her ass off. And I think 2 years ago, nobody would have ever said like Mina is dream match or Tokyo Dome, level potential. But specifically over this last year, she has made herself a star and willed herself to being an international global star. She deserves this. And I think this is one match.
And this match better get fucking time.
I think it will. I think they said that it's like what? They said it's like headlining. So I think that means like triple main event status or something like that.
That's
so
fine.
I think it's going to get time, but
I'll allow it.
Shout out
and Mercedes. Mercedes, we walking out of there with all the belts.
Bro, that Mercedes
like
I'm gonna shut up your asses. I want you to know. I want you to
be sick of me.
We done with all y'all.
More humility in 2025.
We done with all y'all with your fake ass podcast. The ones of you who use Mercedes for your views on your YouTube channel, we done with y'all. We done for everybody.
You're ugly and you're balding and you never felt the touch of a woman. And those of us.
But here's the thing. But it's a lot of women too who have been nasty and rude to Mercedes too. So I don't want to discriminate. I think that all of y'all should get some of it.
Take these strokes.
And I think everybody should take these strokes. Don't run from it. You about to get CEO. Big money. Yeah. But shout out to these women. Congratulations to these women. Congratulations to Black women. 3 Black women in the Tokyo Dome. And I would also say, like, there are 7 Black wrestlers across this week in Japan who have competed for titles across major promotions. You have Omos from Noah. He ended up winning the GHC heavyweight tag belts. That was crazy. You have Zara Zucker and NJPW who challenged for their tag belts over there. You have Kevin Knight who walked into the Tokyo Dome last night as IWGP junior tag champion. You have Ricochet challenging for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship tonight. You have Athena and Willow who were in the International Women's Cup 4-way, and then you have Mercedes who's in this match. And so what a time for Black wrestlers across the board. And I think this is the type of stuff that we need to be celebrating rather than sitting here and waiting for a couple pre-cum drops from WWE of blowing our tongue. But, you know, I might be wrong, guys. And this is why I love Twitter, because this is the type of stuff to be on my mind. And y'all just be sitting there waiting for it to come out. And it's just like, okay, just...
You are drunk.
Whatever.
2025 is for real nigga shit. All right.
We done, like, I'm gonna be honest. We done arguing with y'all. We done arguing with y'all talking about, guess what? Everybody's streaming now. Squabble up. We say everybody's streaming now. Squabble up. We don't care. We don't care. I don't care about your no views. We ain't talking no views. What did the people say about you?
We fucking hate you.
We done with that. And we also done with you using all these Black wrestlers in AEW to and all these other places to advance your platform. If you think that whatever you watching and what you're doing is so superior, focus on that. I'm tired of y'all talking about Mercedes. Tired of y'all talking about Swerve. Tired of y'all talking about this. Y'all don't even watch. If you don't watch, why you care? Do you see me over there talking about what's going on with Cody and them? No, because I don't care. I couldn't tell you one.
I love a good hate watch.
I couldn't tell you one storyline right now going to WWE because I'm not good at hate watching.
I don't watch WWE except when I know Roman's gonna be there, and that's just to check.
Yes, I will say shout out to my Tribal Chief. Put your ones up. Except whenever I'm talking crazy about y'all, I want y'all to know I am never talking crazy about Roman Reigns and Bianca Belair. Shout out to those people.
Ever.
They are amazing. They have never
everybody else anything
wrong. Roman Reigns, and you know what I appreciate about Roman, and that's why I hold him in high esteem. He never pretended to be the best wrestler in the world. He's never pretended to be anything like that. He said, I'm just the top draw. I do my job. I show up. I do the bare minimum, and you bitches gonna love it. The hoes gonna love this, and I stand.
That's what they do. They do. I be sitting there like, hold on.
It's me. I said, I love it.
Oof.
My Tribal Chief.
Home wrecking is not ideal, but when it comes to it, you do what you got. Never mind. What's next on the show?
Okay, we need to hurry up and finish. Because it's about to start. The next match we have I'm gonna be honest. I don't care about water. We're gonna save him the last.
Save that.
Dexter Jr. versus Ricochet. Listen, this is Ricochet.
DSJ, please.
I think it's
going to be you out here, but I need a gun. I need you to give me a tool.
I think it's going to be great, especially because like this new Ricochet character, I think it's going to be
only if he flip.
I think it's going to be awesome. I just need him to like bring that same type of energy, and also
only if he flip. I don't want that shit from the Takeshita match. Get in the air, bitch. That's what you do.
I think also too about the Ricochet stuff is, I think Swerve is going to bring the best out of him, and this feud is going to be really great. And I think it's going to be different kind of from the Hangman thing, because I think like Swerve was the hunter when it came to Hangman. So it's nice. It's not nice, but it's interesting seeing Swerve being hunted, like not having the upper hand. I said that this Ricochet character kind of reminds me of Andrew from the assassination of Gianni Versace, like that really creepy, even it's the glasses, And so I'm excited for this. I think Zach is going to do great. And I think the thing is, they already have chemistry. Like they said, they've in our interview on Pro Wrestling Illustrated, if you want to go check it out. Zach talked about the fact that him and Ricochet have wrestled literally all over the world, except for Japan. So this is going to be a bucket list item for both of them. But I think it's going to be good. It's just, Shota Umino, unfortunately, we got your competition on the phone.
And he's bald.
At last, but certainly not least. Oh wait, no! I forgot.
Oh,
pause that. Turn it off.
Pause.
I forgot. There was a new match that was announced yesterday, and that was. Yeah. Oh my gosh, y'all! Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Katsuyori Shibata. They let the demon come home. Demon come home. They done freed the demon.
5 minutes. They grappling. I don't care.
5 minutes.
I don't care. And I think Katsuyori Shibata, you are so loved. And
a lot of us.
My president.
You and your hair, we're gonna get you out in Atlanta hair show before the end of your career. If there's nothing else that I do, we gonna get you in there. But seriously, I love Shibata. Shibata is like
Katsuyori Shibata.
One of my all-time.
I know it's a grappling match. I wish it was more than that, but honestly, I will take what I can get.
Who knows? They might swerve us. I feel like they might swerve us for real, in the sense of, the reason why Shibata got banned from New Japan in the first place is because he was supposed to do that grappling thing with Ren and decide to have a real match. So like, who knows? They might swerve us. I hope they do, but y'all, this is amazing. I think it's just so awesome.
How cool to see him back in the
they get to close this loop. Like, it just made me so emotional. I started screaming. I almost woke up the neighbors.
We're getting old.
But God bless them. That's all I could say. God bless them. It's just really nice. When Tana said he was going to be retiring, I think that was something that made everybody sad, because the other Musketeers, it might not be possible for them to all get together just because of politics. Shinsuke Nakamura is over with WWE, but it's nice to see things come together. And so I'm just really excited and really happy that was able to happen. That's happening. I'm just gonna smile, I think, through the entire time. I'm so happy. I'm just so happy. Somebody says
he's so fun to start to correct.
Oh, I threw my pen across the room. Yes.
He's always been fine as fuck, though. And if y'all just now seeing it, there's something wrong with you.
And I think it's just something so special about somebody who literally is just who they are. Say, I'm just the wrestler. I wear black trunks and I hurt people. Yes, we hurt people. We hurt people.
Okay, but quick. Guys, tonight is the long-awaited moment. The greatest of all time is back.
Turn it up. But the money on the seats, not big down, what's that, girl?
Yes, I stop a pussy nigga. Yeah, go.
Let's off your face on the wall with the killer's dog. A lot of time on the road with the women still called. I let niggas hurry quickly and quickly.
Do it better. Do it better than niggas.
I'm a whole man down there. Listen to me. Yeah. It's 10:59. Demon home.
we're really excited. Because Kenny Omega's
back! They freed the demon! We done with y'all! We done with these false prophets!
Fuck everybody but Kenny Omega!
We done with the false
broke the camera!
We done with the false prophets! Did I lie? Did I lie? Did I fucking lie?
He's been resurrected!
I'm gonna just be real with y'all. Gabe Kid, it don't matter if you give 100% this match or not. We will reanimate your dead corpse if we have to. The real is back. The veil is back for Bananas hair. Peel this back.
And you know what? And I said it on Twitter, and I'm gonna say it one more time. Kenny Omega come out there, do one Snapdragon suplex, 20-minute standing ovation. Fuck y'all niggas. I don't want to hear shit about a performance that happens or does not happen. I don't give a shit. Fuck y'all. Kenny Omega's fucking back.
We did one Snapdragon on that night on Dynamite, and I cried for all night.
No, we did. We did.
I cried all night.
Yes. That video of that guy. That's why he's the GOAT.
He's the GOAT. That's what I'm talking about. That's why he's MVP. The GOAT. The GOAT. We done with that. We done with that. Tell y'all faves to go home. We're tired of the imposters. We're not doing it anymore.
My man's.
We're not doing it no more. We done. We done. Big Kenny Omega. Big the cleaner. The best bat machine. The belt collector is back. Hide your kids. Hide your wife. Truly, hide your girl and your boyfriends because it's gonna get sticky tonight.
The by God in his bitch.
We got big by God out here.
So as we come to an end, because the show is starting, I just want to say, Kenny Omega, we are your two loyalist fans / creators. We can promise you that.
Like we will never. Never. Like never.
And let's do one more shot.
Oh, your Wi-Fi was Here's the thing. I want to make a toast. This is a toast to all the baddies. Somebody said, Lyric, I saw the Henny bottle and rushed right up and left the self-made Discord for y'all's antics. Oh, that's so nice, so sweet. Listen, I want you to know, this was a new bottle when I first started. Look at this, y'all. Look at this. You see this? Now, how good? You see my face?
I think broke.
Tee. But no. Finally, it's nice to watch pro wrestling again.
I almost made it.
What? The demon is home. The demon is home. And y'all, it's just so good. It's just so good. Like, bro, Kenny, I missed you. Don't ever leave me with these niggas again. Please, don't ever leave me with these people again. Don't ever leave me with them again. They're not you. They're not him. They think they are. They could never be. Please never leave us with the scrubs again. Never. They could never lace your boots. They could never be you. I'm talking about please never leave us again, bro. Diverticulitis. I'll fight you right now. Lyric, we need to manifest you interviewing Kenny next year. You know, I'm gonna be honest. Of course, I would love to interview. That's right, Dani. You showed them that label like an Instagram girl. I would love to interview the elite, totally, right? But that I think it'd be hard for me not to watch that and not hard to do that and not quit immediately. And I mean that in the sense of like, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. If I interview Kenny Omega, I don't know if I ever want to do this anymore after that. Like, how you can't go much further. You can't go further than that. Like, where am I supposed to go after that? Just like that's just like I can't imagine. I have so many questions, obviously, and like I would be so blessed to get that opportunity. But I think in my mind, I have like so many visions of like longevity for wrestling and like, what I want to do. But sometimes I don't know. I don't even know if I still want to do it after interviewing him. I'd be like, wow, this is it. This was great, guys. We had so much fun. So yeah, but I hope so. Listen, I have a dream list of interviews that I want to get done this year. I got several of my dream interviews done last year, not all of them, but I got several of them done last year. So, I'm hopeful. I'm really hopeful for 2025. And I'm excited to see like the things that I'm going to do like by myself and, alongside Dani and some of my other friends, but we shall see. What? What? Do you know your camera's off? Guys, I don't even think that Dani even like is alert right now. But yes, Wrestle Dynasty is starting. What's she doing? Oh, there she is.
My computer died. You want me to be honest? My computer died.
Oh.
I heard the whole discourse. I just want to say, to answer several questions. Yes, Lyric and I have both been drinking Hennessy. This is pure white. I want to say also, diverticulitis. If I ever see you, bring a weapon, because you don't want the hand to hand. Promise. And also, if Lyric ever gets to interview Kenny Omega without me, I will kill myself by stream.
Is that, what? Is that a goal? If what, I don't know if I could ever tag team interview, but if that one ever happened, I feel like I at least have to ask if I can bring you.
You know what? I appreciate the ask, and I don't blame you at all.
And who's saying that you don't get it first? Listen. Tunnel Talk, and shout out to them. They just interviewed the Young Bucks, so
That's true. I'm gonna my 2025 resolution. My biggest one is to get Ospreay when I finish watching all of his matches.
I think what, he's just sick enough. He'll do it.
I think so too.
He's sick enough. He'll do it. For the Lucha Gauntlet.
700 Amari matches. Yes. Now give me an hour of your time. I can never get this time back, William.
I think you got to tweet that. I think you need
very well.
I think you need to tweet it just like that. Will Ospreay, I have watched 700 plus of your matches. I would like to interview you to talk about it, and I think that he would do it. I don't know.
I'm gonna get it one day, but I know the show is starting.
Yes.
So one last. Shit, I'm drunk. One last.
Demon home, pussy. Demon home, pussy.
We meant it. We said it was up for you, and baby, it is.
We meant Henny for Kitty. But cheers to the girls' weekend. Woo!
And we're gonna go to house, bitch.
And we're gonna sleep in your bed. Yes, I will be on the Fightful post show tonight, and I will be sober for that.
Maybe.
But yes.
Depending on how it go.
Take the shot.
Okay, Omega, I love you.
That's all. Anyway, this was fun. Where can people find you, Dani?
They can't. On Twitter at Dani Don't Miss. But more importantly, on Twitter at Black Girl Wrestling. On Blue Sky at Black Girl Wrestling. Please. I hope this sounds like I'm begging, because I am.
You can find me at Lyric Wrestling on Blue Sky and Twitter. I've decided I'm going to use my Twitter for professional purposes more so. I'm not engaging in a lot of discourse, and I think that I will like live tweet some like, how do I say it? Like maybe like New Japan shows like this, stuff in the middle of the night before all the real weirdos come out.
I feel like I look crazy. My eyes are like,
I think we all are. But Kitty, this is all for you.
We love you.
You.
Yeah, Lyric will be using her Twitter for more professional reasons, and I will be inheriting the shenanigans. So if you want smoke with Lyric, just at Black Girl Wrestling.
I will say, who knows? I think I can be tempted every now and then to engage in some real
keep tagging you in weird shit.
But anyway, yeah, you can find the PW. I think I released all of my Match of the Year list. They're up on all of my social media. And for those of you who are on Blue Sky, my starter kit will be coming out next week. It was supposed to come out on January 1st, but there's so much content coming out between the 1st and Wrestle Dynasty. I was like, okay, I think I should just hold that until next week, but it's definitely going to be done. And that's a starter pack of 50 matches that every wrestling fan must watch from wrestling regions all over the world between USA, Japan, Mexico, US, everything. So that's going to be fun.
For some reason, I feel like you didn't include my suggestion.
What was your suggestion?
Shaq and Red Velvet.
Danny, that was you? Yeah. Danny, that was you. I was going through that Google form. I said, who said this? Why? Whole time, I thought it was like some random Twitter troll who found my document and was literally trying to rent me.
It was.
I can't believe you. That was you? Seriously? Bro, you need to sit in the corner and think about what you're doing. Because what is that? Anyway, regarding the post show, we don't know. We probably should have talked about this like 2 weeks ago. But we will be doing something. We will be doing some type of
Me and you?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
We will be doing some type of weekly wrestling type stream. I just don't know if it's going to be the Dynamite book or if it's going to be something else, just because we really need to sit and talk about like what are our schedules look like in 2025. But don't worry, the girls are committed to working together. We have a lot of, I think, fun ideas to like build our platform.
No, we had a huge falling out. We actually hate each other. That's why the Dynamite.
Bro, you know what? Getting back on Twitter, I finally saw those tweets. You told people that we weren't friends anymore and said, don't ask Lyric. I said,
I wanted to be like, it was a huge falling out about money, as if we make
money that we've never seen. And then somebody probably took it and it was like, yeah, I always knew something was off with her. It's just like, oh, brother,
I gotta quit playing. I play too much. Yeah.
Anyway, but no, it was really awesome. We're definitely going to do something together this year. I don't know. I feel kind of lucky. I think that something about this year feels really special, and I think that we're really going to carve a lane for Black women in wrestling this year. And so
you're Black.
I'm excited.
Well, what are you on about?
I'm so sick of you. Anyway, I'm so excited. Falling out after Lyric got retweeted by the Young Bucks. My glorious DVD.
That's what happened, guys. She got too excited. She got too big for us. And that's why she canceled the Dynamite book. She said, oh my God, I got to focus on my more professional endeavors. And she said, Dani, I can't hang out with you no more because I hate fun. And I said, wow. That's crazy.
It's not even close to what happened.
Fun and Black people.
But I digress. This was really fun. And I'm really glad. I'm glad that we got to do this, And I feel like our GOATs deserve nothing less. Somebody needs to really like open the floodgates and
raise them
for Mercedes. And so I'm glad that we were able to do that. Like they said, so I already answered that question. Is the Dynamite book coming back? Some variation of it.
Short answer, maybe.
Yes, we'll figure that out. But until next time, you can find me at Lyric Wrestling. Dani already gave her social media handles.
We gotta do the thing.
What are we gonna do?
Goodbye. Good night. Yeah.
Oh, and so until next time, I must bid you adieu. Goodbye. And good night. Back. Goodbye.
Ciao, ciao.